Welcome to the Department of Education's Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, website. The purpose of this video is to take you through the IDEA website, explain some of the website's features, and help you locate information and resources that are of use to you. We designed the IDEA website to provide you easier and more intuitive access to federal resources related to the care and education of, and supports and services for, infants, toddlers, children, and youth with disabilities. On the home page, you will find a search box that enables you to search the entire IDEA website, ways to connect with the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, or OSERS, online, a navigation bar for the IDEA website, links to the Department of Education offices' websites associated with the implementation of the IDEA and the OSERS blog, contact information for offices and agencies relevant to the IDEA, OSERS IDEA state contacts, and quick access to the newest information from the department regarding the IDEA. If we dig a bit deeper into the site, you'll find information about the IDEA, including its purpose and its history. And you'll also find more information about the Department of Education's role as it relates to the IDEA. Under the Law and Policy tab, you'll find an overview of the IDEA statute that authorizes the IDEA and regulations that implement the IDEA. Under this tab, you'll also find policy documents that provide written guidance and clarification regarding the implementation of the IDEA. You can also search the statute, regulations, and policy guidance from these pages or from the top right search box. The Reports tab contains data collections and submissions, including the annual report to Congress on IDEA and state data collections, also known as 618 data. State performance plans and annual performance reports that evaluate states' efforts to implement the requirements and purposes of the IDEA and describe how the states will improve IDEA implementation. And state monitoring and support efforts, including results-driven accountability and fiscal and financial related topics. The information included under the Grants and Funding tab describes the differences between the IDEA state formula grants and discretionary grants. These sections also contain links to funding tables, application forms, grant award letters, and grant opportunities. The Resources tab of the IDEA website includes information specific to parents and families, educators, service providers, and grantees. While there are resources for specific audiences, we do encourage you to use the site beyond the specific group with which you most closely associate. Here you will also find the Topic Areas section, which has links to specific federal and grantee-developed resources based on topic. Finding the alphabet soup of the IDEA a bit overwhelming? We now have a list of common IDEA-related acronyms, abbreviations, and terms to help. Our language support page provides information about the Department of Education's language assistance capabilities, as well as resources in Spanish and resources for English speakers to assist Spanish speakers. The Contacts page has both federal and state-specific points of contact. Contacts at the federal level include the Office of Special Education Programs, or OSEP, and the U.S. Department of Defense Education Activity. Contacts at the state level include those for state special education departments, state early intervention and early childhood special education programs, and parent centers. You can also access the website search function from the Resources tab. Finally, you can use the News and Media tab to access IDEA news and updates, OSERS and the Department of Education's social media accounts, and OSERS, OSEP, and other Department of Education newsletters. Developing the IDEA website is an ongoing effort, so please make sure you check the site frequently to stay up to date with the latest in IDEA news from the Department of Education. Have suggestions as to what you would like to see on the website? Use the link to comment on our OSERS blog at sites.ed.gov/OSERS.